So let's also build a reloading station on here. That'll free up more workers as well and make it more efficient. So I'm kind of getting the economy and stuff going, but I'm struggling. You could muster more scouts. I could muster more scouts if I build more things. Construction site strike. Here we go. A worker climbs an overturned wheelbarrow and shouts to his fellows, "We saved our friend, sure, this time, but as long as the deadline is more important than us, such catastrophes will keep happening. Who's going to slave now to repair the damage? How many of us won't make it home in one piece?" I guess we need to do something. So where's the strike? Okay. Workers are angry and refuse to work. They shout about exploitation, terrible working conditions, and deadly dangers they face daily. What will you promise them? I can appease them with extra rations, but discontent will rise greatly. Demands might escalate. I have 3 days to pass short shift or better working conditions to raise workplace safety above dangerous. That's kind of hard to do. I'm going to go for short shift because I'm utterly failing with the workplace safety things. I can't keep this thing bloody running. Having said that, why is that doing nothing? Is it just the time of day? What I can do now is build a third port, I think. Who should we lean on? First strike is over, but it won't be the last. We need to address the labour issues if we're to finish the generator on schedule. Workers would like to be given a voice and be involved in decisions, while engineers promise you results. You rely on their proven expertise. Will you empower the workers or the engineers? We did engineers last time. Oh, you thought I lost one group of scouts and could restock them? Well, they vanished, but I don't know whether they're dead. But you're right, I'll check on if they can be restocked or whether they're just lost out there in the wilderness. We don't know yet. Let's see, workers. See, the engineers did a... They come around with like factory inspections and stuff. I'm going to try this again. The Labour Union, or strengthen the engineers' role and build the factories inspectorate. I'm going to go engineers again. So we need to sign a couple of those. We need to get some more engineers ordered then. We need plus 10. Plus, do I need plus? No. Don't think I need 20. I can use them elsewhere though. And I need 4 more tents to supply all these people. Right, order that shit more. I better have one of those as well. Oh, I can't. Oh, well. That'll do then. Yeah, you're right about the scouts. Let me take a look. Go directly to the foragers' quarters to deploy a new unit. Oh, it looks like they were lost then. Well, that kind of sucks. After all that business with the French stuff, I need 15... Ah, can't afford the workers now. They weren't all lost, though, were they? These people are at a camp still doing stuff. At the lake full of fish. Good. Right, anyway, once this is done... I had people working that before, but I haven't done anything with them, so where have they gone? Because I upgraded it to a reloading station. They've gone somewhere. Is it into this? Technically speaking, I can probably manage, but... I don't know. I don't know. What do I need to build? Is this thing still working? It's trying to make this less dangerous, but I'm just failing. Optimized materials. That's quite a good one. The food and health. The medical posts. The resources. Oh, there's so much stuff. I think the upgraded docks might be good. Then again, I'm so far behind on this, I've just got to get on with it, haven't I? Let's upgrade that. I'm going to try and get the safety improvements one. Okay. This certainly isn't your typical sort of city builder, peaceful, stress-free, chill-out sort of thing. It's always, and I remember thinking this in the base game, it just throws disaster after disaster at you all the time, really challenging you. What's this? More sick beds needed. I will open a new medical post. I can do that. I have engineers on the way. Oh, we've got to build this. Damn, I missed that. Okay. Health medical post. Got room? We've got room for one of these. I guess they don't need to be in range of one of the anythings. So we've also got to build factory inspectorate. Where the hell does that go? It doesn't go in there. Right, this is a big thing. Chuck it down there. Medical post, factory inspectorate, and the short shift, which I can't do for a while yet. It's one disaster after another. Let me get this raised. If I can get motivation up, it helps a lot with building. So let's see if this helps. Please help. I'm out of coal again. I'm going to have to turn that off, which is a shame. Less likely to get sick. Well, you're going to have to get sick because this thing needs to be on, like, all the time. It's dangerous again. Right, what have we got? Medical. Have we got any engineers? We've got 5 available. Cool. So the healthcare promised is done. The short shift we're working on. And this, I have no one to put in, the factory inspectorate. I need engineers. Well, I have engineers available in 1 hour, so that's actually going to be fine. Discontent has sorted itself out. That's really good news. Let's go to that. Let's put max. Okay, great. We're going to get... Excellent. We can now oh, that's something else. Like... Oh, I need to go down in bloody order. Ventilation plant coupling. We can use an additional ventilation plant. That might be it. That's not enough. We'll start it anyway. Right, pause. I need to have a think. What have we got? We've got 10 free workers. Can I click this? So we're going to get some more scouts out. Well, I guess we're going to go over here then to the train station. Kind of sucks that my other scouts got destroyed. I guess I was just a bit unlucky there. The church bonus? Do you think it was a church bonus that did that solely? Made a big difference. Cookhouse is currently quiet. What's this one then? Factory Inspectorate bonus. An engineer from the Factory Inspectorate comes to talk to you. Got great news, boss. To celebrate the opening of our Inspectorate, the company sent us a shipment of fine tobacco. It's a rare delight in these times, wouldn't it? Be nice to share it with the workers. Yeah, share it with the workers. No more strikes. Can we keep this thing going? Well, it doesn't need to be going 24 hours, does it? We're going... We're doing longer shifts to match this, so... That'll have to do. And do we have any spare workers? None. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. I never got around to building those extra houses either, did I? Where's our sawmill? Sawmill's still working. I'm going to have to build another one of these somewhere. Or I forget about the sawmills and I just build some... Oh, I need the sawmills. Well, I don't need the sawmills to chop the trees down. Because I can just build over trees anyway. Wood, steel. I'm going to upgrade. I don't need both of these producing steel now, do I? Let's change that to wood. And then the workers from the sawmill we're going to put in there. And let's see if this is a more efficient way. I don't know if it is, actually. 5 an hour versus 10 an hour. It's effectively double. Okay, so I'll wait till that runs out. It's still the best way of getting wood. Who misses? In fact, if that's the best way of getting wood, let's put none in there and build another sawmill. Until I've got these things upgraded. Chunk. I don't care about losing a few trees. There we go. I'll just have to remember that dock's empty. Because I'll no doubt want it again later. You'd say 4 times effective when it comes to sawmill, since it requires half the workers of the dock. It does, but the reload station, I think I can upgrade perhaps more effectively and get an extra one out. So it might soon become, if I upgrade it enough, more efficient. Why are people so ill? What's making them ill? Is it just my work, the care house? I don't have the option of sending these people home, do I? The morgue. There's no bodies in there. Alright, so we can't do anything with that. We've got some coal left over, so let's turn this back on. Right, we're going to try and get this sorted out. Back to labour laws. So we were going down. Oh, I have to do short shift, don't I? Otherwise, this is going to really upset people. You can shorten the workday and generate a construction facility to 8 hours. Using short shift raises the workplace safety by 1. Motivation will rise. Okay. This could be the thing. I've signed the thing to it. Please, people. We're going to change this to 8 hours. And if we get the safety up, and that... Why isn't that on? Why isn't that on? It only needs to work from... Why is it inoperative? No ventilation plants are active. Don't understand that. I'm struggling with that thing. Supervision. The factory inspectors report that we need to introduce constant supervision in order to speed up work. The old methods are not good enough. We've seen enough cases of wastefulness and inefficiency to convince us that all employees would benefit from direct supervision by engineers. If you put us in charge, motivation will rise and efficiency with it. Let's do it. Let's do it. We've got 2 days to pass that law. Is that thing going to turn on by itself? Does it need to? I'm assuming it will need to. How are we doing for food? Food's a struggle. Let's get some research going then. I think I'm going to have to do finer nets. I was hoping my scouts might... We've no scouts waiting. That one's got 80 raw food. What's he doing? Oh, his transport. He's delivering 80 raw food. Okay. Was he supposed to do that? I don't know if he was. Oh, that's something else delivering food. Okay, sorry, that's not the scouts themselves, right? That's fine. That's fine. Just want to get this finished. We have to get this finished. I think we need more workers, but that's going to require more food. And we get into this constant sort of spiral of doom. That's now empty, so great, we can cross that off. I'll go and build another one over here. We'll try that. We'll try not to take out too many Too many trees with it. It is more efficient using those until I get this updated quite a bit. What was that message that came up then? Oh. Labour. Overseers. Right, we can do this. Sigh. Excellent. Now we can build the overseer's place. I've got to build 2 of these, right? So we need to oversee all of this. Which we need to do from... That doesn't do the thing in the middle, does it? Should I do another one? Just on purpose to be... Oh, we'll do one there as well. And hopefully that'll cover everything. Right. Yeah, I want some more workers, please. 31. Order it. I'm going to have to build 4 houses for that. We'll have a fresh... Yeah, we'll have another housing section over here. 2, 3, 4. We'll also stick in a chapel, which fits in just... Oh, that's no point putting it there. Put the chapel there, and a bathhouse. Mind you, they just use coal, don't they? We'll do without that for now. It's a bit like the rocket equation. More thrust to lift to go further type of thing, but more thrust means more fuel, which is more weight that requires even more thrust. Yeah, it's exactly like that. It's like, do I bring more people into work, which needs more houses and resources and food and everything else, and then you need more resources to fuel the resources to feed the people, and then you need more workers to get those, and yeah, it's a constant battle. Right, explore the train station. We find an old French station master. I don't like these French people anymore. Not after what happened to my scouts. Who tells us that all crève neige departures are on hold until further notice. Asked what a crève neige is, he laughs like we told him a good joke. Maybe we were misunderstood. French is not our strength after all, but we feel like someone was messing with us. We found an icy plateau and a crève neige. It's not funny. Okay, so... If I read the journal, do I have the previous one? No. I wanted to see if it would tell me about the ones that have gone missing. I'm going to the icy plateau. And then we'll find the crève neige afterwards. That does have a street going past it, doesn't it? That chapel. We've got raw food coming in. There's not enough rations being created here to produce everything. We're going to be in trouble. Off the hook. The Manchester Constabulary sent us an update about the murder investigation. Although they note with disapproval the apparent delay in sending the suspected engineer back home, it appears this will not be necessary after all, as another suspect confessed to the murders in the meantime. They hope we will cooperate more diligently with the police in future if the need ever arises again. Oh, right, let's stock up on these. So, max that out. Max that out. Excellent. We've got the overseer's officers built. Let's see. Can we do this? 20% motivation for 24 hours. Constant supervision of overseers raises the efficiency of nearby workers, but also their discontent. Well, I can see why they get upset about it. We got the foundations done. Finally. But that is only half the battle. Yeah, we've got to do the steam pump things now, so... we're done with that, so should have a ton of spare workers. The trouble is, I haven't got the steam pumps thing... Did I ever build a... I did build a care house, didn't I? Yes, I did. Oh, my scouts are waiting. A lake full of fish. So they've gone back to a lake full of fish. We used to catch fish here. Read journal. Oh, they need to move on. Okay, what have we got? We've got the Creb. They can't move on anywhere else, so it's to the Crebnage, actually. So we've got this lot, which is 80 food coming back in. Yeah, okay. I saw an extra load of scouts and got a bit optimistic, thinking, oh, those missing ones have turned up. So what can we do here? We can put workers, as we've got enough, we can put them back in this for now. Max. We're going to have to take the cookhouse off nice food and back to standard meal, unfortunately. Although it's a little bit late for that. That's going to lower motivation. We're just going to have to improve the fishing and hope my scouts find more stuff. Abandoned site. Your first milestone is complete. Try to keep to the schedule. Meanwhile, after funding cuts and a catastrophic accident at Site 107, the project was scrapped, and remaining workers scheduled for evacuation. You can spare the men, order foragers to search these coordinates and recover whatever materials you can. You will have far from enough generators to evacuate everyone should the unthinkable happen. Your task is now even more important. It's just got harder. So the icy plateau. The rails are covered with ice, sometimes disappearing under it. We follow them until they are no longer visible. The track to nowhere. After the track disappeared under the ice, we followed its general direction for a couple of miles, seeing nothing on the horizon, then backtracked and fanned out, trying to find the place where the track comes back up. Seems that it does not. Where did the track lead? We might never know. We lost the track. Well, that's crap. That was disappointing. Never mind, there might be something at the Crebnage. That might be where the tracks come out. So let's go all the way to... Oh, what's this? What's this? This might be it. Nature's Sculpture. Ah, I think this is where Site 107 might be. So let's send them over there. It's a bit of a long trek, but I think it's where to go. Let's put some woodworkers in there. How can I get... Oh, might as well max that out. How can I get more resources for less food? That's kind of where I'm stuck. I watched a documentary the other day. Fascinating. Oh, have I been to West Heselton? Maybe found the out. Where's that at? I don't know where it is, so I'm guessing I've not been there. Nice one, Triple Ace. You can say the trail went cold. I'm glad you guys can find the energy to make jokes out of this, because this game is quite stressful to play with all the things going wrong. We've got wood building up, right? No workers, but we could... Oh, we've got 10 out of 10 there. So if we put max on there... Oh, we have got 10 out of 10, okay. Do I go and build? I think I'm going to have to do it. I didn't want to, but I was hoping to save the other port slot. But I think this is going to have to be another fishing harbour. Because I just don't think I've got the food to keep people alive. And it would be nice if I could have the extra rations to keep people happier as well. I could really do with an extra port slot so I could get coal coming in as well. Foragers have reached the Crebnage. What is the Crebnage? An enormously huge locomotive lies on its side. It's a view both majestic and pathetic. Explore. The engine is unbelievably huge. Ice cold, what a waste. Like a beached ship, it has overturned. It has overturned when the ground gave way under its massive weight and the tracks buckled. There's an inscription on its main boiler. Crebnage number 12. And the French have already got plans for this weather then, I see. Surely the French have a taste for dimensions. Pity that the land has let them down. Now we can only salvage the resources from this magnificent machine. So that's quite good. That means you are going straight back to base with this. Can I right click on that? Do that. So that's how we get the scout resources back. That's important stuff. It's in North Yorkshire, a large archaeological endeavour. No, I'm not familiar with it. What period of what archaeological finds have they got there? What period? What time? I'm not familiar with it. West Heselton? The name's vaguely familiar. But not necessarily in an archaeological sense. Right, I'm going to stick 9 workers in there. It's the research. It's the bloody research we need right now. You guys are now going to have to go overtime. I'm really sorry. We've got to get this research done. Oh, I've just got 31 workers turned up. That's not going to help my food situation, is it? It's going to help everything else, but we've got the finer mesh. Good. What we need... I'm so behind with this. It's a machine shop. This is for the steam exchangers. Yeah. Start this. So let's put some workers in there. And just go safety procedures. That's okay. I don't need efficiency on this. We want 6 of these. Because when I start producing the steam stuff, this is going to help with safety. What happens if I do that? 1 strike, 20% motivation. Not yet. We don't need that yet. Wiki says Roman times? Oh, okay. There was a archaeological dig just down at Catterick, down the road from me, when they improved the A1. And they found... Well, they knew there was Roman settlement and town there. They found a lot more of it than they ever knew about, though. It was quite a big settlement, it turns out. A lot more industry than they were expecting. I've been fired. I can't believe that. I actually did worse the second time round than the first one. That schedule that you have to stick to is absolutely brutal in this. It's absolutely brutal. We had the strikes. I mean, they seem to be scripted, so maybe you should just not care about safety and just wait till the scripted events happened, as far as I can tell. But by God, that's a difficult... I find that difficult, and I'm not even playing in the hardest mode. There's a survivor mode, which is even harder. I'm trying to think what I could have done to change that. It's the schedule that you have to stick to. That's the difficulty. The end, you're fired. They should have Alan Sugar going, you're fired. It is with regret. You've been warned about the consequences that you failed to meet another milestone. You're fired and sent home on the first outbound ship. Your replacement's on the way. Let's hope it's one of the titans of industry. It'll take one to finish a generator on time. You see, I had specific goals to work to on this second attempt. I did worse than the first one when I didn't know what I was doing. That's bizarre. To quote Wiki a little more, the village is on the site of one of Britain's largest archaeological excavations, that of a large settlement which seems to have been occupied for several centuries until about 800 AD. Settlement flourished during late Roman and early Anglo-Saxon times, but may have been occupied for a considerable length of time before the arrival of Romans in Britain. The site covers over 110 acres, contains the traces of more than 200 buildings. I might need to look into that. I'd find that quite interesting, I think. Maybe you've got to throw all concerns out and throw workers en masse at the problems. That could be the solution. You've got to be so careful about the concerns, because once that motivation drops below 30%, I think it's 30%, your productivity drops by the same amount as well. And so that's tough to get. And to get people working on all those things without... Maybe I should just have maybe just gone for more food production at the start to get a bigger workforce and just accept the deaths. I think that might be the strategy on my next attempt at this. We'll go for a mass workforce with more deaths. But then everything that goes on, it makes them less happy, less productive, and then you're really fighting against things. It needs a bit of thought. Turn the Jenny into a gulag. That's what will fuel the generator on. It won't be coal, because I can't produce enough coal. It'll be the bodies of disaffected workers. If they knew what was coming for them, like we do, they wouldn't mind the hard work. It's better than the alternative. Anyway, wow, that was really, really tough. Really tough. So 2 failures. More practice needed, I think. Should we go and see if we can raid